Scott, walk us through bucketing and how that helps us, especially keeping up with inflation.
Yeah, I think it's great and important to not even talk about outside of the fact that if in Janet's analogy of the withdrawal strategy, even if you're not going to run out of money, let's say we can take that off the table. You're not going to have a consistent income. You're going to it's going to fluctuate all over the place. So you don't want that in retirement with your required income, or even as we call it, your desired income. That is the room of the house. That's the walls, the four walls, the furniture. That's where the living takes place in your retirement. It is the independence. That's what is true financial independence, is the additional income that comes from your investments. So rather than a withdrawal of just some random percentage of a pie or a circle, if you will, of your portfolio, we would look at breaking that down into multiple buckets or segments of money, and they are dedicated to years of your retirement. In other words, that first bucket may be for the first 5 years of your retirement to produce a monthly income, and it's not going to have any kind of a super rate of return on it because it's going to be in a conservative investment strategy. Well, why do we want to be in a conservative strategy? Because if 2008 happens, like Janet talked about, and the market's down 40%, that bucket's not down 40%. That bucket is built to be stable because you're going to be using that money early on in those first few years of retirement. But, Janet, if you step out and move down the line of those buckets, each one takes on a little bit more risk because there's a little bit more reward coming.
And, guys, this is a critical point that the American College of Financial Services also touches on, and that is the psychology of the buckets, the difference in how people feel about their retirement. And we've seen this countless times when people come in for a review, and it might happen to be that the market, generically speaking, the market is down. Well, they can look at their buckets and go, remember, honey, this bucket out here that's down, we don't need that for another 15 years, so we're good. But these earlier buckets, they're doing exactly what they're supposed to do. So the psychological impact on this is tremendous for a retiree.
That's the key. If you're looking at those buckets, and let's say we go through a March of last year, well, if your buckets that represent your income for years 16 plus in retirement, if those happen to be down in March of last year, it's not fun to see it on your statement. But if you know, I've got the next 15 years taken care of through more conservative investments, then it's not time to hit the panic button at that point.